What's up, African superstar family? This is Gina Ifoe, the one and only African superstar. So, I made a video talking about the shallow reasons I came to the continent, and you can view that video below. I'll put the link in. But today I want to talk about the petty reason I came to the continent. So, big shout outs to all of you guys with big vocabularies. You know, all these words are kind of similar, but they're a little different. And there's one reason in particular that I am committed to my life here on the continent. And I would classify that as a petty reason. And the petty reason is that everybody told me I couldn't do it. Told me I can't make a life on the continent, as someone from America who doesn't have family in Africa, how could I survive? How could I make it happen? I've even been told, well, I know Ghanaians that went back to Ghana that, they couldn't survive. They had to move back to the UK. They had to move to America. How are you going to do it? You don't know people. You don't speak the language. My most petty reason for being here is proving all my haters wrong. And people will say, oh, Gina, well, you shouldn't worry about your haters. And, you should. Your haters are like a phenomenal source of motivation. Do you know what it's like to flex on people back in the US on my social media? Huh? When they told me I couldn't do it? When they told me I would fail? When they told me Ghana was so hard? When I was told when I left the US that I wouldn't be able to make it, that I have to run back? Do you know the gratification? Huh? When people thought you were going to be in struggle life, but you're balling? Do you know what it feels like when people are like, yeah, Gina, I didn't take you seriously at first, but now huh? Yes. So I think any person who has migrated to the continent, any person who's an entrepreneur, anyone who has gone through any type of challenges like this, when you actually ruminate on all the people that told you couldn't do it, you will be amazed how empowered you will become. It's kind of like a power source. There's days, like for instance, there's this guy that I used to date, and he didn't like my tummy, okay? Which, I'm not a big fan of my tummy. It's quite fleshy, but I can't really help it. It's genetics. I work out hard. I work out harder than a lot of you guys. Definitely than people that criticize me. I work out. And I remember one day he said to me, this was years ago, he was like, oh, your tummy looks like you're pregnant. Your tummy is this and that. And some days when I'm at the gym and I'm really tired, I think about that, and it gives me energy. And so when I think about being here on a continent, and I've even had my own personal set of challenges throughout the last year and stuff like that, when I think about losing, in a sense, when I think about having to double back and explain myself, I'm just totally empowered. No, I'm gonna make this work. I'm gonna find a way. My most petty reason for being here is proving people wrong, basically, in a nutshell. They can't do it. They don't have the tenacity. They don't have the resources. They're not courageous enough. Maybe they've tried and they've failed, but I got a point to prove, so I'm going to prove my point. Yeah. So what are your petty reasons for doing the things that you do? Are you Queen Petty, King Petty? Let me know in the comments. Until we meet again, stay black and true. If you ain't black, just stay true.